Hi guys, it is February 24, 2019. Watch this. And I want to thank my subscriber for alerting me to this channel, The Gray Zone.
We are in Parroquia Macarao in the outskirts of Caracas at a food market where food is being sold below market value, subsidized by the city of Caracas, overseen by the mayor of Caracas. And you can see behind me is toothpaste, which CNN has said does not exist in Venezuela.
And what is on the plane are basic goods, things that aren't available or accessible in Venezuela, things like nutritional biscuits, toothpaste, toothbrushes, just basic commodities that aren't available or readily available to Venezuelans right now because of the regime that they're currently living under.
Because of the regime that they're currently living under, lie after lie after lie, we are fed. And we've got so many Americans who don't give a shit or just accept the lies. And I am tired of living this. What is happening in Venezuela? Where are you awake Trump supporters? You awake Trump supporters? Awake? You consider yourself awake. Wow. Truthers, quote unquote, who are so not about the truth. If you are still, at this point, supporting Trump, you have put yourself on the wrong side. And I am so, heartbroken, actually, to see so many who clearly are not awake, who clearly are not about the truth, who are clearly about living their comfortable life, still in the matrix. They are the liberal progressives of the right. The liberal progressives didn't care about the truth, only I'm going to support my man. Why? Because he's giving me some crumbs that I like. Well, you guys on the right, Trump supporters, doing the exact same thing. Yeah, unsubscribe. You don't have to leave me a comment telling me. Do you think it upsets me that you write unsubscribed? I don't care. I want people on my channel who are about the truth, only the truth. The truth. Because we will get nowhere with this, hey, I support my leader. He's going to build the wall. And I'm not going to look at all of the evidence that is hitting us like a tsunami that he is the same old, same old. No, I'm just going to take that crumb and I'm going to go home and I'm going to watch American Idol. Oh, Jesus, we are a very sick nation. And Americans, on the whole, not every one of them, not everyone, on the whole, collectively, we are a dishonorable people. We have no honor. And I, for one, am really just so tired of living this nightmare, living surrounded by Americans who don't even know what honor is. So, yeah, we got this Venezuelan thing. I will link below, by the way, to the channel, The Gray Zone. Great videos right here. The real humanitarian aid inside Venezuela's state-subsidized communal markets, investigating Venezuela's humanitarian crisis. Max Blumenthal tours a supermarket in Caracas. Wow, there does not seem to be a lack of food in Venezuela. No. So let's just watch a few minutes.
Available or accessible in Venezuela, things like nutritional biscuits, toothpaste, toothbrushes, just basic commodities that aren't available or readily available to Venezuelans right now because of the regime that they're currently living under.
I can't believe these lies. So what? Is American, do you all believe that nobody brushes their teeth in Venezuela with a toothbrush, or there's no toothpaste whatsoever? These lies have become so, well, they would be laughable if they weren't so dangerous, but they are making complete and utter fools out of you. We're listening once again to the same script being read by news reporters and being spoken by that leader in the White House. We're watching the same play, the same tactics, under the umbrella of humanitarian aid. We are going to come because we care about those ordinary Venezuelans. We care about them so much, we've got to land our military planes and bring them humanitarian aid. And Maduro, who has closed his border, protecting the sovereignty of his nation, no, we're going to listen to the bullshit about how Maduro is keeping aid from the Venezuelans because he wants them to starve to death. He's a sick tyrant. Don't you know? How many sick tyrants do we have? Or that we have? We came, we saw, he died. Ha 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 ha! The witch, Clinton, the sick psychopathic. You look at how Gaddafi died. This is a Libya. This is Trump's Libya, okay? We, under the umbrella of humanitarian aid, drop bombs, kill innocent civilians. And we're going to listen to this. Nothing ever changes in this country. Why? Because the individuals in the aggregate never change. That's why nothing changes. Our greatest enemy are the American people, those who you walk among in your life, your family, your friends, your coworkers. They are your enemy because they are a dishonorable people who don't give a shit about anything but their own little lives. They don't care about the truth. They're going to listen to this horseshit. Yeah, Trump supporters. Yeah, he goes through a supermarket. Plenty of food. But the problem is, money. Because of our sanctions, because of our economic hitmen, because, and John Perkins, if you've not listened to John Perkins, economic hitman, put in the YouTube search bar, you'll come across a lot of videos. Yeah, I'm an economic hitman. I go into countries, I sit down with the leaders, I've got money in one hand and I've got gun in the other, and I say choose. We've got millions that you can enjoy. You, your friends, your family, you can enjoy the millions of dollars that we're going to be giving to you. But if you don't choose that, you can choose the gun and die. But if that does not work, and it has not worked, Venezuela, 2 decades, United States trying to take over that country, didn't work. Those covert tactics. Then what we are going to do is get Trump on the job, because he's such an asshole, bully, immature asshole. He doesn't even wait for any evidence. Trump, Assad is using chemical weapons against his own civilians. He was a sick tyrant then. I'm going to drop bombs. I don't want to wait for any evidence or any intelligence that it was actually Assad. But you listened to it and you supported this guy. Oh my God, Trump supporters. You consider yourself awake. Do you know how many people suffer? That's why I get upset. This is not a game we're playing. So many people are suffering the consequences of American apathy, American self-centeredness. I just want to live my comfortable life. Get away from me. Americans who live this delusion, I'm good, I'm decent, when they sit back and do squat. Oh, yeah, they lie, so who cares? That's good? No, that is not good. What are you talking about? I care. Where has that care actually manifested in your life? Show me. No, they're all about their own self. That's what you see demonstrated. But they, yeah, good, decent people. And we're about to take over another country. The flood of US dollars into Venezuela, high inflation was, we have crippled that nation, but you're going to believe your lying sacks of shit that literally now have a stench to them. You're going to believe them that Maduro is a sick tyrant and he has done this. because you can't face your own truth. You're not going to face the collective truth. You're not about truth. You're all about yourself, maintaining your own comfort. So he walks through this entire supermarket. Yeah, there's food here. No problem with that. The problem is, a bag of potato chips costs $20. This is your leader, Trump supporters. And yes, I am now very upset with how many people who claim to be awake, who have come out strong telling me that something is wrong with me because I'm not supporting this guy. They never mention any of the evidence that I provide that he's the same old, same old. No, 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 no. I want my delusion, Carol. I like it. I like it. He's building that wall. Can't you see he's fighting the deep state? And those arrests are going to happen. No, no, no. Okay? No. And I want to know where all of you stand right now with what is taking place in Venezuela. I want to hear from you, Trump supporters, you awake truthers. I want to hear, what is it that you could possibly be thinking about in terms of your support for this guy, when what have you heard before Trump? What have you heard from Obama and Bush and Clinton and Bush? You're hearing it from Trump, who's now doing the hard invasion of Venezuela.
As we meet today, the people of Venezuela stand at the threshold of history, ready to reclaim their country and to reclaim their future.
Okay, did you see that picture? That Juan Guaido? Did you see that? Yeah, this is the guy that, because we're going to, and no doubt have already, padding his pocket with millions of dollars. Juan, I want you to come out and say you are the president of Venezuela, and I will support that. I will declare you the president. You, who was never elected. I'm not going to recognize the guy that was elected. A re-election, the Venezuelans voted for Maduro. It was a fair, democratically, he was democratically elected. I have videos showing the evidence of that. No, we're going to only acknowledge Juan Guaido. Why? Because we need a puppet in Venezuela. Because we're stealing their resources, just like we do all over the world. So now Trump is doing an Obama Libya in Venezuela. Look, this Juan Guaido, imagine Nancy Pelosi, and we can imagine Nancy Pelosi actually doing this, declaring herself the president of the United States, and then telling other nations, do not, excuse me, do not acknowledge Trump as the president, acknowledge me as the president. Would you stand for that? Would you stand for that? Of course not. Well, that's what we're doing in Venezuela. Juan Guaido's position is essentially Nancy Pelosi's position in the United States. Would you stand for that? No. Would you allow other countries to control your nation? No. You do allow lying, psychopathic, narcissistic, shithead job, evil. You voted for the lesser of two evil. You got evil. You're still supporting evil. And this is a Christian nation. My God. How unbelievably delusional is this country, the people in it. It's so sick and twisted. Oh boy. Yeah, it's very upsetting, and everybody should be upset about what's going on in Venezuela. The soft tactics, well, the Venezuelans held on to their country. They held on to the sovereignty of Venezuela. And now they might be losing it because of Trump, this hard invasion. Humanitarian aid. Get off your delusional trip, America, please. Americans, Jesus. It's like, it's so revolting to see how many people are going along with this. I can't believe it. It's like watching a rerun over and over and over again, except you just have different names and faces. Obama, Trump, no different. Yeah, Trump has orange hair and white face. That's the difference. You listen to this horseshit coming out of Trump's mouth, dangerous lies that he tells, and you can support this guy. Jesus. Make America great again. Can't you see he is making America great again, Carol? No, I can't see it. Sorry. What you're doing is accepting all the lies, so don't call yourself a truther. Don't claim to be awake, okay? I literally, this utter insanity in this country. It takes so much work to remain sane. It takes so much effort and energy to try to just keep yourself afloat from all of those who are living the delusion, walking the low road. And there's so many of them. They support one another in their selfish, self-centered bullshit lives. No substance about them. Nothing. They're manufacturing of this own narrative, their self-narrative. I'm good, I'm decent, and I'm just a wonderful person, and I care so much. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you do not. You just love to think of yourself as decent and good, while you have cemented yourself on the evil side, because you will not ever do the work necessary to understand your own truth. So you don't care about truth, but you love living that kind of self-deception because it makes you feel good, while we cause suffering all over the world. And we're causing suffering here in this country. Americans suffer, but hey, you don't even care about your fellow Americans, so how could you possibly care about Venezuelans? But I do want to hear from the Trump supporters. This is so outrageous. It is so fucking outrageous. Why? Because it's the same old, same old. Same old, same old. Same old, same old. Now it's Venezuela.
Future. The people of Venezuela are standing for freedom and democracy, and the
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes, we stand with you. We're going to bring you democracy in the form of humanitarian aid. We're going to take over your country, and we're going to make your lives so much harder. So much harder, because we're taking over your oil, and the monies, it won't drift down to you guys. It's going to stay with the elite and those who are corrupt enough to be your puppet that has been put into office by the United States. Juan Guaido.
The Trump regime really wants a civil war in Venezuela. I mean, that there's no way, no matter what the government does, even if we call for elections, they want a civil war to start in Venezuela.
La afinidad del universo está por trascender en mi plano espiritual. El vacío de mi corazón se llena.
We're in Bolivar Square in Caracas, where people have been lined up all day, signing a petition opposing U.S. meddling in Venezuela, denouncing any talk of a U.S. military intervention, and calling for dialogue. Hi there.
Hi.
All right. So just your name and what you do.
Okay, hello, my name is Julio Jimenez. I'm an English teacher in Caracas, Venezuela.
Why are you here today?
I'm going to sign for the hands of Venezuela. We want the United States people to know that we're their friends. We love the American culture, but we're against the oligarchy that right now is in charge of ruling the United States.
And Americans, most of them, actually believe that we have a democracy when we're a constitutional republic. Oh, but democracy, democracy, democracy. That was the word that suddenly came in the early 80s. I remember hearing it, democracy. All these government officials, all those who were running for office, they were constantly saying democracy, democracy, democracy. And I was thinking, what? We're a constitutional republic. How come we never hear that? You ask Americans what kind of country they have, they'll say a democracy. You tell them actually it's a constitutional republic, and they'll say, what's that? Okay? We are a lost people. A lost people. And we can thank ourselves for being so lost. Yeah, oh, yes, we were indoctrinated, we were handed lies, we were this, we were that. But you know what? My entire life, I could see through the bullshit of Americans. There was something very wrong with how Americans talked about themselves and then how they lived. Most Americans are just so disintegrated. They just want to believe things about themselves. They don't want to actually live an honorable life, because that takes work. But if we all actually lived that, it wouldn't take work. It would just be how we lived, and we would manifest, wow, something good. Instead, we have manifested evil, evil, evil. So, how did that come about? Americans have nothing to do with that manifestation? Oh, it's the Jews, Carol. Oh, really? That tiny segment of the population. Somehow, they were able to spread the evil to all of the Gentiles. And those Gentiles, well, they were so easily manipulated. Oh, the poor little children, Gentiles. Our thinking here in this country is so warped. 98% Christian. That was the population. All the Christians got corrupted by the Jews. Really. You have no one in Washington, D.C. that represents the people. And yet, you still hang on to this idea that Trump is somehow fighting the deep state, and he's going to be taking care of all of you. He's going to make America great again, and our lives are just going to be magically transformed again, and we'll be living what we used to be living in. Bullshit! I'm done. I'm done. I can't. Yeah, when you have your own people in your own community who have so thoroughly betrayed you with their support of a guy that's so sick, twisted, narcissistic, so unbelievably immature, just a disgusting display of a human being, they support him. They support him. Because he's saying exactly what they want to hear, just like the liberal progressives loved Obama because he said exactly what they wanted to hear. And wow, aren't we cool here in America? Americans, just so fabulous. Yeah. Constitution dead, democracy dead, constitutional republic dead. But I'm going to live that delusion that everything is okay, and I'm going to listen to my leader, and he's going to be talking the good things about this country. And like we have the country, we don't. It's gone. It's gone. But he talks as if we've got it. Acting for all of you. An acting job. Mr. Reality TV is acting for you, and you can't see through it.
Process. If you choose this path, you have the opportunity to help forge a safe and prosperous future
Bullshit. A safe and prosperous future when the United States gets control over a country. Are you going to believe that horseshit? Here he is saying, you will lose everything if you don't listen to me. You will lose everything if you don't listen to me. Force is what America is all about.
I'm Anya Parampil reporting from Simón de Bolívar Square in Caracas, where thousands of Venezuelans have been waiting in line for hours to sign an open letter to the American public denouncing U.S. intervention and aggression against their country.
Oh, but we're just too far gone, Venezuelans. Hey, we've got to go shopping, all right? So, whatever happens to you guys, sorry. I'm sorry. You know, we could get this stopped if Americans had some honor in them. We could get it stopped if they really did something. If they, you just, Trump supporters, hey, you guys, you know, you cannot possibly think that this is a good thing that Trump is doing, right? So how about the awake crowd, those who support Trump? Call the White House, do something, right, to get this guy stopped from invading another sovereign nation. The Venezuelans, man, strong people, they have fought off the takeover of Venezuela by the United States for decades. Trump is here to get the job done. Hard invasion. Yeah, I'm with every Venezuelan who's fighting against American imperialism. And so should every American. Right? Right. But we're the good Americans, and we get to do whatever the hell we want to do. Any people, any country, any nation, we get to do whatever the hell that we want to do. Would Americans accept another nation taking over the United States? Yeah, I absolutely do believe at this point, yeah. I'm sorry to say this word, I can't stand this word, but it's fitting. Americans are pussies. They're not like Venezuelans. Americans would just fold up, cry, sit in the corner, and allow the takeover if it was a hard invasion. Because we've allowed our own government to be bought off, and we haven't ever done a friggin' thing to even save our own country. We fight for nothing because we believe in nothing but our own empty cells, soulless, zombied beings who care only about their own self. Mike Pompeo, sick tyrant over aid blockage. No, Maduro is protecting his sovereign nation by closing off that border where, U.S. humanitarian aid, we've got to get toothbrushes to the Venezuelans. He's protecting his country. Domino effect, Pompeo vows U.S. will help uproot authoritarianism in Nicaragua and Cuba. What was the, what did he call it? The Troika, I don't know, the Troika of evil, the tyrant Troika, John Bolton. Yeah, the axis of evil, now it's the tyrant Troika, I don't know. But Nicaragua, Cuba, Venezuela, take them all. Take them all. Why not? So yes, a false flag is underway. Washington's humanitarian regime change effort. And this evil sack of shit. Live Aid in Colombia. Let's put on that concert. Ooh, it's going to feel so good. And we're going to dance around, and we're going to be oh, putting on a concert to get that aid to the Venezuelan people because those Venezuelans, oh my God, we care about them so much. Are you kidding? You can't see through. You can't see through this, Americans. It's so revolting what we have become.
Obligaba a mis ojos a ver la realidad, creando excusas para no escuchar. Yo me escudaba, no reaccionaba, pero tarde o temprano.
Oh, let's dance, yeah.
Mi madre me ayudó, al vacío me lanzó, me dijo mi negrita con buena intención, pues soy tu
We
madre.
care about you.
Verte volar alto y no lo harás. Si te tengo entre mis brazos, yo decía, como un carajo.
Yeah, donate now. Donate now. Donate now. Bring in the money. Bring in the money, honey.
To help those who are not getting medical help those who are hungry. And today, hopefully, on the back of this concert, we can start maybe getting supplies into Venezuela so that...
God. All right. The reason why Venezuela has been crippled is because of U.S. sanctions and all of the economic hits that the United States took on Venezuela. And the Venezuelans know it. So you listen to this guy? People starving in Venezuela? Why? Tell me something, you, Richard Branson, Sir Richard Branson. Were you ever against those sanctions that the U.S. imposed on Venezuela that crippled that nation and broke its own economy? Were you ever against that? No. But you, because you are just part of the elite, you're going to put on this aid show. You too, just the letter, and then the number 2 is there, apparently. It's revolting. It's so unbelievably revolting that this is what we have to live. You know, thank God for Roger Waters.
It's 4 days until February the 22nd, which is the day when Richard Branson claims that he's going to put on a Live Aid-ish concert in Colombia near the border to raise humanitarian aid for the people of Venezuela. This came from a Daily Mail article, and I've just seen a video clip of Branson with his bleeding heart worn openly upon his Virgin Airways t-shirt. The important thing about this is that even if you listen to their shtick, it has nothing to do with humanitarian aid at all. It has to do with Richard Branson, and I'm not surprised by this, having bought the US saying, we have decided to take over Venezuela for whatever our reasons may be, but it has nothing to do with the needs of the Venezuelan people. It has nothing to do with democracy. It has nothing to do with freedom, and it has nothing to do with aid. I have friends who are in Caracas right now. There is so far no civil war, no mayhem, no murder, no apparent dictatorship, no mass imprisonment of opposition, no suppression of the press. None of that is going on, even though that is the narrative that is being sold to the rest of us. So we just need to back off, particularly Richard Branson, and Peter Gabriel, my friend. please call me. I want to talk to you about this because it's very easy to be led down a garden path that ends in regime change. Do we really want Venezuela to turn into another Iraq or Syria or Libya? I don't, and neither do the Venezuelan people. All right, I'll stop until tomorrow.
All right, so, yeah, some people are capable of speaking the truth. Most know the truth, but they just go on and not really care at all. And then you have the crowd who are gung-ho. Yes, we're good. We're morally superior. We deliver humanitarian aid to countries. Oh, like Libya. Look what we did to Libya. Well, now we're getting ready to do it to Venezuela. So I would really love to hear from you, Trump supporters. Where the hell do you stand on this? Or are you just going to ignore it because it just goes against your belief? It just challenges your belief in Trump. You know, a good Christian, Mike Huckabee. Oh, he's right on it. Like he doesn't know what the United States has been doing to Venezuela for 2 decades. He doesn't know that? No, he claims it's socialism that has destroyed that country. And yes, oh, everybody is supporting Trump, even Bernie Sanders. My God, Bernie Sanders' own supporters savage him for advocating Venezuela regime change like Trump. Yeah, Mr. Socialist Communist. These are truly sick, twisted people. And this guy has already gotten millions of dollars from the American people because they want him to be their leader. When you look at these people, they look deranged. They look like the lowest of the low. But this is who...
Venezuela, the last elections were not free. Second of all, we have got
yes, they were free, and Bernie, you know it. Okay? So, spouting the lies. Yay! I want him as president. This was really... you listen to this reporter?
Breaking tonight, socialist dictator Nicolas Maduro desperately trying to go on the offensive. I'm hearing reports that he's staging military snipers on rooftops of some hotels near the Caracas airport.
She's hearing reports. Does she verify those reports? Oh, no. No. Maduro is just... he is a killing machine. He's killing Venezuelans. He's murdering them. The opposition, he's jailing them. And, oh, right. What about those Americans? The breaking news that came out on the 20th. Maduro has jailed an American. No, well, actually, they're Venezuelan. Oh, but then this one admits, well, yeah, they are dual citizens, but they're Americans. Forget the Venezuelan part. They're Americans, and they have been unjustly jailed by Maduro. And the Venezuelan vice president, Delcy Rodriguez, said this: I don't lead the courts, Trish. These people were sent as officials to Citgo from Venezuela. They are neither hostages nor U.S. citizens. They are Venezuelans who are facing corruption charges. No! Maduro has just thrown in Americans, and he's starving them. Look. You know, I have to say, have I seen this guy on the right somewhere before? Is this the same guy? I don't know. This is our mainstream media. Can you believe this? You listen to this reporter, so dramatic. She's an actress. She's not a reporter.
He is intimidating his people, from threats to jail to even death.
Oh my God. He is intimidating his people. From threats to jail to death. Really? That's a reporter? No, that's an actress reading a script, and she wants to pound into your head the lies that you have to believe so that we can get that American support. USA, USA, USA! Get into Venezuela. Take it over finally. Because, Trump doesn't have much patience. 2 decades you've been working on this, guys? I'll get it done. What are we doing here? Paul Craig Roberts. All right. Trump's surrender to the neoconservatives makes it impossible for an informed person to support him. So why do we see so many in this quote-unquote awake crowd supporting him? What the hell is going on here in this community with so much support? What is important is not what political party or candidate that we support, but that we support truth wherever we find it. Most people are confused about this. If truth is on Trump's side and you support truth, people see it as supporting Trump. This shows how politicized and emotional American thinking has become. It's truth that you want to focus on. Truth, that's it. There is no other way to manifest a healthy society. If all of the people, except for a few, support something other than truth. But yeah, Canadians came out in droves protesting our invasion, the U.S. invasion of Venezuela. But mainstream media here, we're going to get those Venezuelan Americans who are going to claim that Maduro is nothing but a murderer, right? The situation is very complicated in my country. Nicolas Maduro is very bad, killing people right now. And a Venezuelan said that, who lives in Seattle. And do we know if that was true? Do we know if there is a person, Giovanni Mello? He's the organizer, so that's an easy one, that you can claim that person exists. But is he telling the truth? No. No. No, he's not. Because there are so many Venezuelans who are clearly not going along with this humanitarian aid, Trump. No, they don't want to have any part of it. Not one bit of it. And thousands are lining up to sign an open letter to Americans. I'm sorry, guys. I am thoroughly done with this country. I'm done with Americans. And I'm so done with, repeating the same old, same old. You want to live just as you've always lived, go for it. I don't care. But what I want are subscribers who are really about the truth, that the truth is sacrosanct to them, that they don't support people, they support truth. And those who understand that the missing part in all of this is the individual's own truth. Yeah, we have been now talking like we're a truther community, and yet a large majority, do nothing to try to face their own truth. No, they don't see that as anything. It's irrelevant, Carol. No, it's very relevant, and it is the most important truth, because if you're not getting to your own truth, you're never going to change. You don't change. You just go on doing the same old, and nothing changes. The only way to get out of this stinking shit of a ship that's sinking is for the individuals in the aggregate to do the work necessary to change themselves. That's how you manifest change. That's it. So I'll link below to everything, but you know what? Done. I'm done. Don't want to hear from the Trump supporters. Don't want to hear from the Christian hypocrites. Don't want to hear from those who are stuck in the matrix. I'm done. The liberal progressives, you can think that you're so smart because you've got all those degrees on the wall, and you are not. You don't want to face your own truth, that you have stopped thinking, you have never lived a principled life, you don't care about the truth. All you cared about was your leader and propping him up and doing exactly what the right is doing now with Trump. You got your crumbs and you thought that guy was fabulous. And you could not see straight. You could not see clearly. You didn't want to see because, oh my God, if you saw reality for what it is, you might have to do something. Oh, but if you didn't do anything, you might have that angst in you, like feeling a little bit guilty, like, okay, oh, well, I don't want to. I'm just going to watch TV so that I don't ever have to face the truth that's in my subconscious. It's bubbling up. I don't want to face it. So I'm going to remain busy, 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 busy. I'm going to watch TV. I'm just going to work until I drop dead. I'm just going to keep busy. So I never have to face myself. I never have to face the real truth, the hard truth, that we as a people are so incredibly low, dishonorable, delusional, sick, twisted, deranged, mental capacities, the well-adjusted, to a deeply disturbed society. I'm just going to go on doing nothing to change anything, not myself, not my community, not this country, and I will just believe all of the lies because I can't really face the truth that we are this grossly immoral. I don't want to face all of the suffering that we as a nation cause because, oh God, it's really going to kind of reflect on me somehow, but I don't want that truth in. So go away from me, Carol. Something is very wrong with you. You're deranged. There's something wrong with you. You're mentally ill. You may wake up tomorrow and hear that we've invaded Venezuela. This nation, boy. American people. What a joke. What a dangerous joke we are.